What's up, world? Jay Burch, the messenger here. And in part one of this two-part series, I'm going to explain, or more importantly, I guess, answer three questions that I get all the time. What is ClickFunnels? Who is it for? And how do you use it? So I'm going to, in part one of this tutorial, kind of take you through the theory, if you will, of ClickFunnels. In part two, I am going to actually show you an over-the-shoulder, if you will, an over-the-shoulder view of how ClickFunnels works. So if you'll stick with me, part one and part two together, I'm going to answer those three questions. What is ClickFunnels? Who is ClickFunnels for? And how do you use ClickFunnels, or what should you use ClickFunnels for? All right, so stay tuned. I'm going to give you all that information and more, and more. All right, stay tuned. All right, talk to you guys soon. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to show you guys really through just a real basic PowerPoint in part one here of what is ClickFunnels and how can you use it. In part two, that'll be where I'll actually show you over the shoulder how to use ClickFunnels. Okay, so that'll be maybe a little longer video because we'll do a lot more in that video. So this one should be less than 30 minutes, hopefully. Okay, so what is ClickFunnels? How can I use it? So you may have heard of ClickFunnels before. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you kind of have an idea of what a funnel is. Maybe you don't. So I'm going to take care of all of that here. But let's look at what is ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels is a drag and drop based software. And in this software, you have the ability to create sales pages and landing pages inside of the sales funnels that people have to navigate through. Okay, so what that means is, let me show you. Unlike the traditional website, so right now, the traditional website kind of looks like this. Now, I'm not an artist in the sense that, this is going to be, oh, so award winning, but just follow me. All right, so, on a website, you have some pictures, maybe you have some lines of content here you can read about, and then maybe there's like a button that I'm supposed to click to maybe like go to a different page or what have you. But there's not a lot of flexibility in the website itself. Okay, so when we talk about, let me go back to the ad copy here, or the content copy. When it says that you can create sales pages and landing pages, what that is saying is these are pages that are not like a website. So a sales page, a landing page looks something like this. All right. So first off, there's an ad. Okay, so we're going to call this the ad. All right, now we're not going to go into that in part one or part two of the video of these videos series, but just to give you the understanding of what needs to happen or what should be happening when we're talking about sending traffic to an online space. So the ad, which could be, on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, which I prefer to be a video ad, sends a person to a landing page or a sales page. Okay, and what happens on this particular landing page or sales page is there is another video that might be in a continuation of the first video. Okay, so this might give you a little bit more information, or what it might do is it might say, okay, you've clicked over, and now you might get over to the landing page and you say, okay, so let's talk a little bit about, high blood pressure and how it will impact you. So maybe it's a high blood pressure thing. The ad was something, brought them over. Here's the landing page. Now, through this, my goal is to get a person to take action. In most cases, I want a name, at least an email address. In some funnels, at least today, people are starting to put in place the additional box for the phone number. Okay, so that's a good thing to have. And then a submit. So this is a landing page. So when we talk about a landing page, sales page is the same thing, right? So they're just specific pages and the actions that we're looking for them to do: purchase a product, join an email list, etc. So there's so many different things. And again, remember, this is just a part one. Part two, I'm actually going to go in and show you a little bit more of this concept. All right, so how does the click funnel how does ClickFunnels work? So ClickFunnels can work for you to help you build different sales and marketing funnels. Now, as a business consultant, I realize there's a lot of businesses, medical professionals, restaurants, plumbers, roofers, you name it, they lack sales and marketing strategies. They have a linear one way of getting things, which in most cases it's a very ineffective and an expensive way, and they're not utilizing or leveraging the internet. And so this provides you with the ability to have different sales and marketing techniques or strategies. It helps you to build opt-in or lead capture funnels, so you can have multiple of these pages, these lead captures, whatever, however many products or services you offer, your business offers, or whatever it is you're doing, that's the number of opt-ins or lead pages that one can have, because each one can become a campaign, and we'll talk more about that in later tutorials. All right, so ClickFunnels also helps you to build sales page funnels to sell products and services with the ability to add upsells and downsells. So this is huge, because when we get into part two, I'm going to show you how a person can come in off of one particular product, and then you can add an upsell. If they take that, great. You can, or if they don't take it, there's a downsell. So there's different strategies that you should be taking, especially if you're an apparel company. Like if you're selling a t-shirt, then what about the hat? What about the socks? What about the shorts? What about the tracksuit, right? ClickFunnels also helps you to build membership sites. I use membership sites that I build inside of ClickFunnels, and it also gives you the ability to generate a recurring income through these membership sites. Okay, and so that's one strategy where, if you have a massive amount of content that you're putting out that is helping to increase the lives of other people, such as the information that I am producing, then that income can create recurring income, right, through membership sites. And then the other popular thing to do today to promote your product or service is to do it through webinars. And so you can create a webinar funnel using ClickFunnels. So these are all of the different ways that you can use, or I should say ultimately what ClickFunnels can be used for. You may not necessarily need all of these strategies, but this is how ClickFunnels works. All right, so hopefully this is starting to kind of make sense to you. So who is ClickFunnels for? Really, I'm going to jump straight to the last of the bullet here. Anybody that needs sales. If you've got a product or a service, or if you're trying to promote, something that you're doing and you need people to participate, this is for you. So, your regular deglers that I see, chiropractors, restaurants, dentists, oral surgeons, orthodontics, anybody in that mouth area, med spas, hair salons, barbershops, anybody e-commerce. So when I say e-commerce, you are selling some type of physical product, or you could be in a drop ship type of strategy where you don't house the product, but it's still a product nonetheless that a person is exchanging money for. Affiliate marketers, okay, I use ClickFunnels quite a bit in affiliate marketing. But again, anybody that needs sales via clients, customers, you need leads if you're in the insurance business, product sales if you're making a product, and your product you making them, but you don't want to hold on to them as inventory. You want to make them and get them up out of here. Like, these are great ways to promote it. And then one of the simple strategies is to just start to collect mailing lists. A lot of people, they don't have mailing lists. It's crazy the number of businesses that don't have mailing lists. I just don't get it. So that's what that's the individuals who should use ClickFunnels. So again, we're just in a part one, very basic explanation of what we're doing here. So again, what does ClickFunnels do? So ClickFunnels, in this particular tool, it lets you to create it allows you to create lead capture funnels. So what is a lead capture funnel? A name, an email, a phone number. That's a lead capture, right? It helps you to create sales funnels. So you may have a promotion video out. on the World Wide Web. People watch it and they say, wow, this is interesting. And they click the link, they come back over to your sales page. Now maybe you have a video sales letter. We refer to it as a VSL. And now they're able to learn more about it, and you can demonstrate it. You can do all these things through that particular video sales letter, and then now it takes them through to purchase, upsell, downsell, the things I mentioned earlier, and then again, membership funnels, e-commerce funnels, so much more that you really can do with ClickFunnels. All right. So here's just an example using one of the strategies in a later tutorial that you guys will see, is how to build funnels using, there's two ways. One is considered or called a cookbook strategy, and one is a classic strategy. So there's two ways. So if you've never created a sales funnel before, then I tell people all the time, don't worry, do not worry at all, because ClickFunnels has already created the funnel for you. And the beauty of it is you're just going to go in and click a few things that are in line with what you're trying to accomplish. It has like 20 comprehensive, I think it's, I can't remember how many there are now, but there's a comprehensive database of, let's say, over 20 ready to use templates. And all you really have to do is just go in, make a couple of clicks, and they're ready to use, easy to use. It will take literally just a couple of minutes to pick one, load it up. And then, of course, when you go in and edit it, the editing is going to take a little bit longer than it is to choose it, but it's that easy to really get started. And that's really what it's all about, is taking advantage of what is in front of you, and taking action is the difference between, success and just, staying where you are. That's just what it is. So ClickFunnels is a software. And so again, just to reiterate, that this particular software lets you do a lot of things that other softwares that you may be familiar with can also do, but can't do all of the things that ClickFunnels can do, right? So squeeze page funnels, automated webinar funnels, product launch funnels, sales funnels, which they integrate with favorite shopping carts. There's other things that integrate with, ClickFunnels. Like, for example, you can do Zaps. You can Active Campaign, which is another software that I use, integrates well. Stripe, all of these different things that you can use to collect money. Again, membership sites, a whole lot more. So that's exactly what's happening here. So just to give you an example, drag and drop page builder. There's 50 plus sales elements inside of this, and it's literally just as you see here. You're going and creating through a drag and drop template, and I'll show you that in part two. But it's that easy, so you don't have to. A lot of people, a lot of businesses that I go in, I provide one-on-one coaching, and they're just so overwhelmed with the idea that they've got to know all of this techie stuff. And when I show them, I'm like, listen, it's as simple as these few things that you just have to remember. And then once they get the hang of it, once you go through your first, and that's why I formulate my tutorials the way that I do, so that you can literally pause and then go and do the same thing. Repetition is the mother of learning. And one thing that I realize is the action, taking action, the practice. And I use Allen Iverson all the time, and shout out to Allen Iverson, man. He's one of the best guys to ever do it. But the philosophy of thinking that you don't need to practice, because you'll get to a point where you're like, okay, I can make these funnels, I'm good to go. But there's always something evolving in the software land, and you don't want to get swept away or left behind. So even through these tutorials, you got to still continue to learn, but you don't need to know any more than how can you pause, go and click, immediately do exactly that to be successful. That's it, right? That's all you got to do. All right, so as I mentioned before, it can fully integrate with different softwares, different tools, integrated amongst all the membership sites. Can now go to a product, or you can do upsells to from a webinar. There's just so many things that you guys can do. Um, all of your funnels will work together. What I like about it is the ability to test landing pages, so you can use different ad copies, different videos or images, and this is just an example. right? Where you see Tony Robbins here, get your free copy of Money Master the Game. He's got an A version where you can kind of see that there's an order form right there on the landing page. That's what this is right here, right? You can notice the difference. You may have not noticed it, but I can see it. He's got the book here, right? Got a little bit of a call to action, and then on the B, get your free copy of the Money Master the Game, and it looks like this may be more of a scroll down or something of that nature. There may be another action that has to take place once you scroll down versus everything is right here once you click. So you just test it out and you can see how to do that. And you can do that in all of your funnels. All right, so ClickFunnels does have many fantastic tools to choose from. As I mentioned earlier, all of these tools you can use to integrate within the system, and they'll not only extend the flexibility of your ability to create just amazing funnels, but then you can really take your sales game to the next level. I see so many businesses who you might even be on Shopify or Big Cartel or one of these other platforms. And even if you stay on that and complement that with ClickFunnels, man, your ability to get upsells is going to be ridiculous. But that's the beauty of what ClickFunnels does. And a lot of people just shy away from what they don't know. And that's where, unfortunately, a lot of people miss the mark. So, I want to show you guys that it's very easy to get involved with ClickFunnels and to be successful rather quickly. So some of the popular ones that I use software is, of course, Shopify, as I mentioned just in the last slide. You can structure Shopify if you have a particular product that you're selling, or maybe a couple of products. Maybe you're doing some AliExpress drop shipping or whatever. Or it's your own product, you can set it up where once they come through the Shopify process, you can link it up to a couple upsell pages in ClickFunnels, so you can still provide a downsell and an upsell, and then you can continue the or increase the value of that customer through that funnel process. See, what a lot of people don't realize is if you're using Shopify, there's a couple of other plugins, if you will, that you've got to use, but they're not as effective. The other part of it is you still can't retarget with them the same way you can retarget in ClickFunnels, because in ClickFunnels you have the ability to do the pixels, any Google Analytics, like all of that exists inside of those web pages. The HTML can be even used. So a lot more flexibility. Zap I mentioned earlier here, so you can use ClickFunnels and Zap with so many different things. So it basically, Zap helps to trigger movements or activities that happen. So for example, if a chiropractor is running a lead a lead campaign, and people are coming through, as they fill that name, phone number, email address out, it goes to a I can zap it with like a Google Doc or some type of spreadsheet, where now that information can go immediately to a salesperson, and they can get on the phone and they can start to call and make appointments, book. And then we use Active Campaign to actually expedite that process. So let's say in that same example of the chiropractor, we'll use Active Campaign, and once they come through, not only does the customer or client get an email and a text message, the doctor's office does as well. And so that helps to increase the conversion of selling, because in some campaigns you might just be running something where there's not an exchange of money right away. You're looking for them to take action, and sometimes if you don't immediately call them or take immediate action to get them to come into your business or to convert within a short window of time, it doesn't necessarily happen. So we use Active Campaign in situations like that, where business owners can get ahead and can get in contact right away. All right, and then it also, some of your popular payment gateways it integrates with. So PayPal is a popular one you can set up right inside of your funnel, and Stripe as well. In fact, Stripe integrates very easy, and you can test and do all those things through Stripe very easy. PayPal doesn't really have a testing feature per se, where you can turn it on and turn it off like Stripe does. So with PayPal, you can still test it, but if my last, if I'm not mistaken, you've got to do like a small transaction of like a penny. Where with Stripe, you can actually use a fake credit card, if you will, and put it in test mode and actually see it come through on the other end. All right, so let's talk about If you're ready now, you're not waiting for part two, you want to take action now. Okay, let's talk about what you can do. So, right now, there's a 14-day trial. You can take advantage of the 14-day trial. You can test around, and you can have, of course, I have a free membership site that I give basic things that you can do right now inside that free membership to use ClickFunnels inside of 14 days, or maybe just a little longer, depending on what it is you're trying to accomplish with it, where you could be successful. So you can do that inside of 14 days. And what you can do right now is you can claim ClickFunnels for free by clicking the link down at the bottom. Now, there's a basic ClickFunnels, and then there's a more advanced, which is $297. I don't advise you come in on that level, okay? Right? Stick with the 97 bucks, because literally in 14 or in 15 days it will charge you, all right? But there's the other version is what's called the Actionetics, which has a lot more features to it. There's a lot more that you can do, all right? And so again, that would be long term for you. All right, and the good part about ClickFunnels is if at any point in time, before that thing converts over, you don't want it, you just cancel your membership. Or if you've become a member and you said, "Oh, I know Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm gonna at least try this thing for a couple of months." Then at some particular point, whenever that comes, if it ever comes, then you can squeeze the trigger and you can just stop, and you can just move on. All right, so with that being said, listen, I want you to take advantage of it. Now, what I'm going to do as an incentive for you to take action today, because I realize that you're here on this video, and I don't think that things are by happenstance. I think that the universe brings people to content to people through specific purposes. So if you're willing to just invest in yourself, okay, do the 14-day trial using the link down below. And the reason why I want you to use that link as opposed to just going to ClickFunnels is because I am an affiliate with ClickFunnels, and ClickFunnels will pay me for every customer that I bring to them. Now, in exchange for that, for you using my link, okay, I am willing to give you some huge bonuses, right? One of them, of course, is the membership site that only people who come through my link will access, okay? Then, in other words, you can continue to use the videos that I'm putting out here on YouTube, but I go much more in depth inside of the membership. And so if you want to take advantage of that, then definitely you'll be able to access that after you've come through my link. And there's a couple of things that I need for you to do, like email me and let me know so I can at least verify that you did do that, and then I grant you access. But that's very easy to do. In fact, if you just click the link down in the description or somewhere in this video where it says learn more about the 14-day trial, I will walk you through exactly how to move forward with getting it. So simple as that. If you use my link, I will definitely help you become successful rather quickly. And if you will like, comment, and subscribe to the video, and stick around for part two, where I'm going to actually go through and show you kind of over the shoulder what it looks like inside of ClickFunnels. So if you're still on the fence, that's all good. I'll show you what it looks like in part two of this two-part series. All right, so I'll see you guys on the other side. Remember, take action. You're worth it. Peace.